people who knew Muhammad Atta, and why haven't we heard from them?
This apartment building across the street from the Venice airport in Venice, Florida, Muhammad Atta lived for 2 months with an American girlfriend, Amanda Keller. A lot of people said so. The apartment manager and his wife said so. The next-door neighbors said so. The postman said so. Local reporters said so. It was on the local news. Then Amanda and the story disappeared. We thought that by now Diane Sawyer or someone else living in Disney Time Warnerland would have done Amanda's story. Since they haven't, we'll offer what we have from videotape rolled for documentation during our interview with her at an undisclosed location.
These guys had money flowing out their ass. I mean, excuse my language, but they never seemed to run out of money. I mean, they was just tossing money left and right. I mean, it was just like, oh my God. And they had mass supplies of cocaine. Whenever they'd run out, they'd go to the flight school. And I followed them one day, me and Sabrina, because we wanted to see where they were going. They said, we'll be right back. And I seen them go into the flight school.
Mm-hmm. Which one?
The one that was across from my apartments.
For flight training?
Yeah.
Because Huffman's down the other end.
They went in there. They got that pilot, the guy that I can't remember his name.
I didn't know they were doing drugs in there.
Well, after they introduced me to this stuff and showed it to me, you can tell different characteristics that somebody has. I couldn't understand why their jaw was going like this.
Right.
You know, I didn't know what the hell it was, and they started chewing gum. You know what? In the one building, the Huffman building by the 44th Squadron, there's a doorway that leads down. I don't know where it goes, but they have somebody standing out in front of that door. You are not allowed to go down there. It's forbidden only for certain people. There was a guy that stood over top of there, and I know the old guy that you said was Rudy, you know, the name sounded familiar, the pervert, he would go down there. And the other guy that said he owned it, but he wasn't around a whole lot. You'd only see him every once in a while. And I know he stayed a lot in Fort Myers and Naples. Because it was funny to see the chubby guy and the little guy walking together, because it looked kind of like Albert the
Gavin Costello.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's what it kind of looked like.
So Wally's a short guy. Yeah, he is a short guy. He is a short guy. Fuck. Did he ever say anything to you?
He said hi to me.
Yeah, nothing.
He said hi to me, and he asked me what such a pretty girl was doing with Muhammad. He only made guest appearances every once in a while, and it was when the nicer jets came into the airport. Because there's always a lot of people around, and that was the times that I wasn't allowed to go over there. It was the bigger airplanes. When they would come in, you know, they would say that they had to go over there, that they had to take care of things, and nobody, unless they were with the flight school, was allowed over there. They actually had the gates chain locked and closed. That's what I don't understand. He said he was a student, but he was allowed to fly students. He was allowed to go off on his own if he wanted to. You know, he had like the privileges of an instructor. Now, if you're a student, you don't have your license, how do you have the privileges of an instructor? I was in a session one day. Muhammad and all these people that he was with, they were drunk and stoned out of their freaking minds. I wish I knew some of these girls' real names so they could tell you. He come in there screaming his head off. Where's Amanda? I want to see Amanda. And none of these people knew my real name because it was all supposed to be confidential. I was praying, and I was sitting at the table, and I was reading my Bible. And he come in and snatched my Bible away from me and tore it in half. He said, "What are you doing?" And I had crosses on my walls, and he broke my crosses. He was mad because I had interrupted that prayer session.
Nancy says Muhammad beat you 3 times. The third time of which was the last fight threw his shit over the thing down under the asphalt below. She heard 2 really loud arguments, you know, and then I guess saw you with bruises. Did he hit you?
Yes, they left bruises.
Really?
You know? Yes, we got into 3 very nasty arguments.
Okay. Yeah.
I waited for him to leave, threw his shit down and laid it because I had asked Charlie before how I could do it. And Charlie told me to do it that way. So that's what I did.
Okay.
And then right after that was when all my cats ended up killed.
How many cats?
She had a litter of 6, and only one survived. And the mama was gutted on my kitchen table. And I found little baby cat parts all over the place. He told me that he'd get even with me. And when I came in from work, my friend Paige was with me, and she helped me pick up little baby cat parts.
6 dead kittens, their heads cut off?
All the body parts everywhere.
When you called the police, did you tell them you thought it was Muhammad Atta, Muhammad that did it?
Yeah. And they was like, well, there's nothing we can do, we don't know where he's at. They said he was still around, but nobody knew where he was at.
That's our show. Thanks for watching. Please visit the Mad Cow store and help us continue the only uncontrolled investigative reporting being done on the September 11th attack.